Hi guys, so I'm in my living room right now, but I am going to talk to you a little bit about the difference between direct quotation and paraphrasing. I want to mainly concentrate on direct quotation right now because we'll talk about paraphrasing in another video. And so I want to kind of draw an analogy between whenever you read an article, there's tons of like sentences and information in there, and you might not know which one should I direct quote and which one should I paraphrase. Whenever you write a research essay, you want to mostly take the author's words and then turn them into your own words, and so you're really just borrowing the ideas. It's kind of like what we talked about with the Kool-Aid. You want to take the information, squish it together, stir it all together, and then make a new product or a new work of text that you're writing. And so the idea is that you learn all this information from the text and you take it and you put your own spin on it, and when it comes out it should be mostly paraphrasing in your own writing. But there are some times that you will include a direct quotation, and so it makes it difficult because when you read an entire article you might just be inclined to direct quote the entire thing, or copy and paste it like we looked at on some of the examples, and then say that you paraphrased it but you really didn't. So I'm going to give you an example, and I kind of want to make it real life, so I'm going to take you to Walmart, and we're going to look at this shopping list. And we have ibuprofen, bread, chicken, mac and cheese, cookies, and laundry detergent, and we only have $30 to spend. And you want to think of the $30 as your entire essay. In your entire essay, you only have 5 to 8 pages that you want to include information. And in the course of that, you only want to have a few direct quotes, and anything longer than 4 lines you have to do separately in a block quotation. So you have to choose wisely. You can't just randomly pick everything you want from the author's mouth, so to speak, and just insert it into your essay. And so what I'm going to compare it to is when you go shopping, when you get to be an adult, or maybe if you grocery shop for your parents now, you go to the grocery store, and some things are more expensive than others because they're name brand. And it would be easy just to pick everything as name brand, but it's better to price shop because you can save a lot of money that way. But there are some things you just can't swap out, like there are certain things that you just really like, and you wouldn't want to substitute that, and that's all a personal preference or taste. And so I'm going to show you some examples of when you paraphrase. That would be like substituting with a generic form, and when you direct quote, that's when the writing of the author is so good that you don't think that you could put it in your own words. And I'm going to show you why that is valuable to think of as you're reading articles, which ones you would want to quote and which ones you would want to paraphrase.
So you have a headache, and that's the first thing on our list. And we only need something for tonight, so we don't have to spend a lot of money tonight on something to take for our headache. So we're going to come over here, especially since we only have $30. We have Advil. It's 24 caplets, and it's $3.48. Then you have Equate, and it's 98 cents. Same number of caplets. So let's see what's in it. You've got 200 milligrams of ibuprofen. 200 milligrams of ibuprofen. It's exactly the same thing. This is a situation where you would read the information and you would think, I can say the same thing in my own words, even if I didn't think of it. You didn't create ibuprofen, but you can substitute one for the other. And this situation is where you would look to paraphrase, because you need more of those than direct quote. So here you've got wheat bread. Wheat bread is the same thing as that necessary information that you have to have, but it's just not that exciting. So here's $1.94, $1.72, $1.94, and here's really fancy wheat bread, $2.17. But really, the only reason you eat wheat bread is because it's healthy. And the only reason you find some information is because you need it. And in that case, you might as well spend 98 cents and paraphrase. The next thing on our list is chicken. Chicken looks quite appetizing when it's not cooked, doesn't it? Anyway, let's go over here to the fancy Tyson chicken. This chicken is 3 pounds, and it costs $8.49. This chicken is the Walmart brand, and as you can see, let's go up to this one. Sometimes you can find ones that are cheaper, and they have the same amount of like meat in them, but the weight is different. So this one's $9.63, and since we only have $30, we're gonna go with this one. Now let's look at it next to the Tyson. It all just looks like raw chicken meat, which is disgusting, but needed, and so therefore I'm gonna go with this one, and this would be the time that I would paraphrase. Now we're at the mac and cheese aisle. All things comforting. This is when you come upon something and you just have to have it. You cannot paraphrase, you want to do it exactly as the author wrote it because it's so wonderful and delicious just the way that it is. So this is a time when you cannot substitute, you want to direct quote. Macaroni and cheese, as you can see, is a little bit more expensive. It's $1.28, or if you go super size, you can go for $1.88. Here is the off-brand for 64 cents, and as you'll notice, you'll save a lot of money, but it just will not do. It does not taste like mac and cheese, and it is not as good as mac and cheese. If you really want to step it up and you find something really good in an article that you want to use and the words are just so creamy and delicious, you can step up here to Velveeta Shells and Cheese, which is $2.48. This is my personal favorite, but either this or mac and cheese will work out, and that means that they cannot be substituted. So you need a direct quote then. Everyone knows when you need a cookie, you have to get Oreos. You cannot substitute Oreos. You get that like kind of charred, chalky, fudgy taste that you just can't replicate in any cookie. I mean, what are these people thinking? You cannot paraphrase Oreo cookies. You cannot replicate Oreo cookies. When you have a cookie craving, you have to get Oreos. So let's check out the price difference. You've got $1.98. And you've got $2.98. For $1 more, you just have to have the Oreos. And in this case, you would have to direct quote this. Now we're at the detergent. And when you wash your clothes, you want them to be clean. They're kind of nasty and dirty, and they might have stains on them. But if you've used the school soap, you realize that even though it's not the best quality, soap is soap and it still cleans your hands. So here's some Tide. As you'll notice, it cleans 64 loads of laundry for $9.94, and ooh, that's a rollback, so it's already a cheap price. But let's see what we can do for a better price. If we just roam down the aisle for a moment, you'll notice some Purex, and it's nice green color. It has natural elements. Look, it does 51% more loads, 100 loads, and it's only $6.97. So whenever you're doing a research essay, you need to make sure you use mostly paraphrases, and if you notice, we were able to find the exact same thing for a lot cheaper. You can use your own words. You don't have to be a professional author to write words that mean the same thing. But there are certain words that are just so good and so crispy and so creamy and delicious that you have to use them just as they are. And so that would be the case of the Oreos and the mac and cheese. And then those are the cases that you would want to direct quote the author rather than paraphrase.
We're back from our trip to Walmart, and as you can see, we were able to get all of our items, and our total came to $24.02, which is really good because that's before taxes. So as you can see, we were able to find all of our information from our source, which was Walmart. And if you ever get, like when you're reading the articles, you'll feel really overwhelmed and you'll wonder, what should I paraphrase and what should I direct quote? And that's a really good indicator. If you just can't live without it as it is, you want to direct quote that, but otherwise you should mostly try to paraphrase, just as we mostly try to replace things with the generics, because you are trying to integrate your own ideas and thoughts with the author's ideas and thoughts. So I will be posting some more videos about how to specifically pull direct quotes and how to specifically change words to be a good paraphrase. But if you have any questions before you view those, then you can give me a holler.